Hello and welcome to Tales Across Time and Space. I'm Thomas, your game master, and I'm joined by Janie SP.
Hi, I'm Janie SP, and I'm playing as Janox the Linksmith. Linksmith, right?
Yep. I'm also joined by Radical Dishonesty.
Hi, I'm Radical Dishonesty. I'm playing Sohoy, the Chosen One.
I am sitting next to Crystal and Kitsune.
Hi, I'm Crystal Kitsune, and I am playing Lara the Mystic, and I have a Tigger.
Whole thing about Tiggers.
I'm the only one.
And lastly, I am going to probably get same joke from Zeistent.
Hello, I'm Zeiston, and Nuamon, I choose you!
That made me hurt physically.
Numamon?
Yes, Nuamon.
Why would you make Numamon? That's a terrible choice.
It's Digimon.
I don't think
Why
Numamon
would you
has
say
shown
your
up in the
name
replay
shit?
yet.
Wait, does that mean that he just grabbed a Numamon plushie?
I don't know.
Dustin, do you have a Numamon
Happy
plushie?
face you got there, Dustin.
I don't, but I should.
I should!
You should-
Okay, I'm making you one. I'll make you one.
Okay.
Get to the point where you actually can make a plushie first, before that,
Uh,
or that one's not going to be necessarily an easy one. Anyway,
I should probably explain my character. I'm playing Zeiston, the discarded.
one day you'll
disowned.
remember that with confidence.
Zeistund.
Come on, you don't even have to remember a name. All you have to do is remember the playbook.
Oh, my body hurts.
Anyways,
I'm
today,
playing Zeiston, the Sasuke.
I'm the Sasuke.
except for there is a Sasuke playbook called The Prodigy.
That I just thought about playing, actually.
Anyways, today we're playing Interstitial Logos. So,
My butt.
some bit of updates. First off, I apologize for missing a couple of weeks. We had scheduling, and last week my internet decided to just not work. And it turns out due to a lightning strike that happened from a lightning storm that we never saw.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, it was a lightning strike.
Yeah, nobody told me that.
Yeah, I heard that from Anna. So,
Oh,
anyway,
because it's the kind of event where lightning strikes twice.
Isn't it nice how I never find out these things?
I'm trying to figure out why Zeisen has a link with no name. Hey,
I
yeah,
have a link with no name.
Did I meet someone named No Name, or
No name. That's not no name.
I know, but it was
No name is the name of a Keyblade. It works.
It's
But
a magic
anyway,
creepy eyeball one.
the other thing is that in starting the week 14th and the 21st of September, I think those are both the correct dates for it. We will not be meeting because we will be on vacation. So
Be camping. I don't want to have to try to do this
oh God, no.
up north.
That's
The woods.
That no.
In a camper. Our
No.
camper's actually really high tech, but still.
It does not come with a cable internet, so I don't think not.
look, just don't read the Necronomicon and
We
you should
can
be
do
good.
it if the campground has Wi-Fi.
So, with that out of the way, last time you guys had just arrived at Camelot, and you kind of saw that the town was all hustle and bustle, and there was like a tournament about to begin, and you were. It's been a while. My memory isn't the fullest. I remember the broad strokes. You ended up, for some reason, getting directed to a man that Laura refused to believe was Merlin. And he mentioned that you guys were. He mentioned about knowing everything that's going to happen and being powerless to kind of change it, and that drives a man to drink. But then you guys show up, and you guys are just not part of the picture. I can't imagine why that's the case, but it is. Laura saw a young child known as Wart, for a brief moment, and you. Oh yes, you guys impersonated priest trying to exorcise Sohoy. I remember that now. That happened for a brief moment. But that was important because you went over to that church and you saw a sword of the sun, which I think all of you guys tried to pull in to no avail.
Is that me?
You did not? Okay.
I'm not stupid.
I mean, it's not like it's going to curse you or anything. Like, seriously. I don't... That sounded more sarcastic than it intended, because, no, I mean, seriously, I don't think it's going to curse you for trying. But,
It's more about the fact that I would prefer... I was having a lot more fun sitting and laughing at them.
yes. And you were about to head off to a place that... Or at least it seemed like you were about to head off to a place where Merlin had instructed you to meet up with him, where after he gathered up some supplies or looked into something, or rescued a small child from slavery. I don't know.
Nothing that Merlin does.
In this case, drink. Yeah.
Something like that really did well.
Sorry, I'm not quite hearing well, Jane.
I was saying something Zeiston is quite used to.
Yes. All right. Here, let me adjust your. Here.
A bit low.
Well,
No.
part of it doesn't help is that my adapter is going out, so if it gets in the wrong position, I can only hear out of one ear. So. But yes, so I'm saying so a lot. I really am.
So,
Oi!
toy. There we go.
Oi!
Alright. Which brings us to today's episode, which I did not try to think up last possible moment. A kingdom for a horse.
Mm.
So,
Well, it's good you didn't come up with that at the last moment. It would have been weird.
totally on top of things. You know that. Everyone knows that. Like coffee and radar.
We do know this. It is a thing we know.
We open up as you guys are kind of meandering through the alleys, trying to head back to the inn because the directions you got from, sorry, not inn, tavern. It's a tavern, not an inn. As Merlin had given you guys instructions from the tavern to where you were supposed to meet up with him, and not necessarily from where the church was, so. And you guys don't have a convenient map to. You know what? No, I am overanalyzing this. Let's kind of roll the ball here. We don't need to understand the logistics of why you're heading back there. You are heading to the place Merlin wants to do through the route you know best. That is all that matters.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Especially since it's that kind of game.
As you guys pass by a shaded alley, Sohoy, you see a familiar looking, not like individual. You see a familiar looking pair of glowing yellow eyes in the darkness.
All right.
As in, it's a you see glowing heartless eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I think I was being a little vague there. So, what do you?
Anyway, yes. Heartless eyes. Well, there's the immediate heartless reaction of I turn and I go.
All right. So yeah. So I'm gonna say in this situation, you were just having to be at the. You're trailing a little behind them, just kind of more not like deliberately being behind them, but more just like looking around, just kind of taking things in a little bit more. So you weren't necessarily
A little bit more.
Yeah, just enough that you were like at the back of the line, just not at the front. Because you're.
I mean, he is a little sulky right now, so being a little sulky is fine.
and so because of that, let's say unless someone has a very good reason, no one notices. Unless someone has a good reason to notice him, no one notices Sohoy taking off down this alley. At least not right away.
A thing I know. Probably not actually even that thing. It's like a thing. Move.
Okay. Who here has seen Rise of the Guardians?
Yo.
Basically, you see a small horse Heartless that it looks kind of like Pitch's nightmare horses.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I can see that as a design.
Yeah. Of course, instead of being like made of sand, it's made of Heartless, and it has the jagged teeth on it. But it starts taking off quite quickly down the alley and kind of weaving through the alleyways. Do you give chase, Sohoy?
Yes.
All right.
I start going.
All right. In this case, because I feel like there's some interesting stuff that can happen here, I'm gonna have you wait a second while I look up the name of the move.
Oh, I don't know if I have my character sheet anymore. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm hanging up prints. No, I'm apologizing to them, not you. You know what I'm doing.
Push this here. That's the name of the move. That's it.
Push through stress.
Roll with
Let me see.
your mastery links, which you have 2 of.
Okay, hold on though. Yeah, you'll probably have to send me the character actually. Well, no, tabletop related. Sorry, I lost some temporary data on my thing, but one of the temporary datas was a character sheet of mine. So yeah.
Well, thankfully we can kind of rebuild stuff. Not like we have the digital record of most things.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you should know. I mean, you were keeping track of a lot of stuff. But no. Okay. Anyway, you said it was two.
Yeah, you have 2. It's because
We have that,
is
so
the number of links you have of that type.
Right, and you definitely have that at least.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
That's right in the middle of the success.
Well,
Kind of.
Pick one. Succeed at what you're attempting. Take +1 forward. Ask a question about the scene. Gain an advantageous position.
It really seems like the only option for Sohoy right now is to succeed, and I can't think of any. I can't. I also just can't think of the others as to be like, how would I make this more interesting by changing it? You know, if that makes sense.
I get you.
Where's this?
I figured out what the problem is. I know what the nameless link is on Zeiston. It's Merlin drunk. Apparently, whatever I do does not like parentheses.
Merlin minus drunk equals nothing. What? Oh, here we are, interstitial. I can at least grab the notes.
How can you forget Zeiston's bond with his newest drinking buddy he was going to have?
Oh, I didn't forget it. It's just that it was not.
You got censored.
Okay. Anyway, I'll just succeed because like I can't think of a way to make it more interesting by doing something else. Sorry. If it were more complicated, I might actually have chosen not to succeed and be like, I answered a question. because it's not actually very necessary to succeed at chasing down a Heartless. Not a particularly interesting, but
No. This will get me. There's more to the move. There's more to set up the scene that would follow. As you just skid through, you just kind of, you it's faster than you are, but you just happen to be a little more. You think a little more three-dimensionally. You climb, you cut out. You end up bolting over a building, landing in front of it, and just sliding through it and smashing it with a cool slide cut kind of thing, and it just dissipates. Little heart floats up and disappears into a bunch of. You see a bunch of black chains appear on it, and it disappears. That's a detail I forgot to keep referencing.
See, if you had said that first, I would have had a different answer. But okay.
Well,
it seems like actually you also, I don't know.
Well, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I kind of did fail to keep up with the Heartless. It just disappeared instead.
No, I said you struck it down.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So
Okay.
It disappeared because you hit it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I pursue. Bop. Okay.
And you hear a familiar, semi-familiar voice saying, "Oh, great." And you turn to see Merlin standing behind you, who just stepped out of the building. Cut to
Goldberg.
Cut over to who is So who was standing right in front of Sohoi before he took off down an alley?
I imagine after the last time of me losing him constantly, and then ironically I'm losing him again.
Okay. Just trying to set the stage. What is it that you suddenly need to ask Sohoi about? Like,
I'm going to be checking on him and going. I'm probably more curious about that magic sword we found and why even Sohoi couldn't reach it. So I was going to look over and ask him well, what do you think this? Oh crap, he's gone. Sohoi.
Everyone looks and realizes that Sohoi is indeed not with you once again.
We really need to put a bell on him.
Yeah, we might need to. I swear, if he's going to keep running off.
Alright, I'll go look for him.
Well, I guess we should. As long as we can keep track of Merlin here.
Speaking of...
Not Merlin!
Actually, that's a perfect segue. That's odd. I thought I'd know that better than you. And you see Merlin with a bunch of miscellaneous jars, scrolls, and what looks to be a stuffed owl.
Oh.
Wow, I like this Merlin bear.
What are you talking about?
Stuffed owl?
This is an important part of the ritual.
A stuffed owl.
I don't have time to explain every nuance of advanced magical theory with you. We need to define what is going on here. So, if you please, he kind of gestures down here.
All right.
Time. So it is refreshing to be surprised by someone being late than knowing it was going to happen weeks in advance. So, yay to you guys, I guess. You with the chains, help me carry these jars of... I don't really feel like explaining them. There'll be more questions.
Zyson's going to very daintily hold the jars you.
As you hold the jar, an eye in the jar kind of looks and just stares at you. It's hard for a single eyeball to have an expression, but this one looks angry.
Zyson's going to
Obviously,
like
angry eyes.
put his eye up to the jar and like blink. Bet you can't do that.
It looks angrier. Merlin is walking towards the door, he gestured towards and said, "Please stop agitating the ingredients, please."
Fine.
You are led into what looks like a dingy household. Like, it doesn't look like it's like a warehouse. It looks like it's a living place that just doesn't happen to be occupied at the moment.
Tell me you didn't just make us break into someone's house.
This is no one is breaking into anywhere. This is just a house. It happened to be empty, thus perfectly usable for this procedure.
That makes sense. So says the pirate.
He just I'm the most sane person here. Alright?
Oh, then you're definitely not Merlin.
That is hard to tell sometimes. I mean, I think I'm the only one here who, only moderately has something to drink. And, is not in complete denial about possible legacy. Looking at Leah.
He kind of just sprawls the stuff on it and kind of stomps over to Laura and just kind of stares and fuming. He's like, "I will not have my credentials called into question by some random layabout lout."
Random?
Yes.
I'm gonna lean over to Merlin and go dude, I would maybe apologize, dude. She's a little temperamental.
Questioned by some outsider who just waltzes into town acting like they belong here.
I do belong here.
Really? Then how come I have no idea that you existed?
You know what? If you're Merlin, prove it.
He just kind of he just gestures at the scrolls, the jar, the owl. I believe I was in the middle of conducting a ritual before
she had the point.
Questioned by some want-to-be knight.
This is actually a good point. How do we know that you're not lying, Leah?
Laura. Her character is Laura.
Laura.
Fine. You want me to believe that you're Merlin? I challenge you.
Challenge me.
Challenge you. Yes.
Come here. Don't come close here. He kind of just... I am not a knight. I am not bound up by those petty laws and dueling and, oh look, we stabbed each other in the gut. We're lying on the ground bleeding. None of that applies.
I think she's more challenging you to
I challenge you to a duel of magic.
I kind of got that.
The results are the same. I will not lower myself to petty contests just so you can feel better about your sad little existence. And trust me, I know it's sad. All of our existences are sad. Why do you think I drink?
I figured out that this is the past already, right? Yeah, I figured it out.
Yeah, I think you've strongly figured out there's some weirdness, but pretty sure it's the past.
No wonder I have daddy issues.
What?
Well, she said it, not me.
You're Merlin.
It's not an answer.
expectation
You're
that
Merlin, are you not?
I don't like where this is going. This is... You have an idea, and that is the most dangerous thing for any person to have.
Me, myself, or Laura?
That is in character speaking to...
Okay!
That was in character.
Well, you're
they're,
Merlin, are you not?
are they not all that different? Fair.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pause in the scene. Like, I'm loving the energy here, but I kind of want to jump over to...
Finish.
Okay.
So I discovered.
I mean, you know, it kind of already. Yeah. Go ahead and finish this up because, to be honest, I was a little annoyed that it's like a thing happened to me. Now something else. I'm like, okay,
Sorry.
Sorry.
that's not your fault.
Oh, that's Merlin's fault.
Anyway,
I'm trying to keep the focus not too much on one side or the other, kind of thing.
Right. But as long as this isn't gonna like be a long argument about it, then
You are claiming to be my quote-unquote offspring.
And if you
Correct?
can
That
see
wasn't-
see
that wasn't the
future,
point. You
you
expect
should
not to get
already know
paid
I
at some point?
exist.
You seem to be thinking that I would debase myself with some common whore?
Ooh.
I mean, it sounds more clever to say that you don't die a virgin at some point.
You know what?
You know, this is gonna be the point where I am going to punch him, and at this point, I might just like stalk off.
You know what?
And with the
I'm
attitude
actually
you've been
gonna have
showing so
roll
far,
for
it
that.
is a little hard to believe that you could be her father.
I feel like
father.
there's, but no, I feel like normally I wouldn't do it just because you're gonna punch him. That's you just make a statement. Okay. Here's a question for you. Now this could barely be a strike to subdue.
Okay.
But are you trying to actually convince somebody with the language of fists?
No.
Okay, you're trying to subdue. Roll plus mastery.
I don't know if she gets the bonus from the support she's receiving from her two smarmy nobody friends.
I'm like, what's the support?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what's my mastery?
You're already at the highest tier.
I'm the highest tier for mastery.
Well,
So-
no, I mean, like, you already rolled a 10 plus with just your dice. And mastery is your best stat. So, choose one. Choose two. I'm gonna ignore the deal harm for right now, because I don't feel like that is strictly your intent here. Take something from them, force a change of location, or de-escalate the situation.
Take something from them, because I think I just took his pride from him.
You took his disrespect for you.
His disrespect, yeah. And,
Well,
let's see,
why is your character such a feminist? First showing up Gaston, now showing up Merlin. Come on.
You could do that. Basically, you just...
Because I don't think that this even de-escalates the situation. I don't think there's any way this is going to... So I'm gonna say force a change of location. I can't come out a window.
Yeah, okay, and I think that's the point where we'll do a scene transition. It's just...
Sorry.
You just... Like, no, it wasn't just a punch. It was like... What magical flare-up just became because of your pure, raw emotion?
Rage.
Rage is not a magical effect. Like, what kind of, like, visual? Because it wasn't just a punch.
I think it was, like, almost like a red, like... Gee!
Like, so did you just laser
flying
punch
on
him?
you.
Not really like laser, just like almost like it, like there's added force to it, like from the magic.
Okay, basically, like, it was like a
It's
like
like
flare.
a punch times 10.
Yeah.
Basically.
Consecutive normal punches. Got it.
Like technically, it looks like basically it looks as if it's a normal punch, but obviously there is something magical considering that he flew.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it to be clear, like, visually, beyond the fact that he flew.
Visually, it looked like a normal punch except for the part where he flew.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. I wanted it to be visually. I don't want it to look like you. I didn't think it wanted to say look like you had super strength and just punched him through a wall.
You want it to look like it was magic.
Yeah, I wanted to see more magic than just it Like
I think it was kind of like that, and then almost like a laser.
Like he left it like a maybe you looked like a little bit like a DBZ aura kind of thing for a moment.
Yeah.
And then there's just a streaking trail behind him.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That I just wanted the visual. Do either of the Peanut Gallery want to leave a one-liner before we cut to the commercial break on that?
It's a very simple one-liner. It's just like, you should have just listened to it.
Why does she always punch people?
Bring down Merlin after the Berry system.
Why do you always punch people?
Just
It's so true, though.
Yeah, so I feel like we hear Janok say, you know, you should have listened to him, and then just Zeisen say, why do you always punch people?
How many times do you think Zeisen's been punched?
I feel like if we were a TV series, we could have a supercut video of you punching Zeisen.
Yeah, probably.
It's like what's his face getting thrown out in Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, cut over to Sohoi, who is staring at the person who claims to have known him in the past, once before.
Right.
Who would just say, basically, it seems less than thrilled to see you now.
I'm like, it's you.
So Silas, I mean, what are you going by now?
I mean, I kind of assumed he would just keep calling me Silas, but
Okay.
if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, let's go with that. That. You're right, that does feel better.
Is that like he hasn't seen, if he sees me around other people calling me something else, then he might be like, what are you going by? But he doesn't know that much, even that much about me.
I thought it came up last time you guys came together. That's the only reason why.
Probably not. I don't know.
At least not in a way that made a lasting impression. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Did you manage to find the book?
No. Where is, like, I'm dressed now. Now I'm dressed in actual clothes, so
Yeah.
which might look suspiciously like his. I didn't have an art for it, even if I've considered art, but I haven't gotten one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have no idea where to start. I don't even know what the book is.
And I realize I made this is going to happen now.
What?
It's going to seem a little... he's just not paying attention to it, but this was supposed to probably happen right away. I'm apologizing for this making it a little disjointed. Why? What is in your hand?
I'm like, I let it unsummon a thing.
Why do you have a keyblade?
I've never not had a keyblade.
You are...
Remember, he thinks that like when he woke up, his time in the forest was his entire life.
I know. No. That is in his. The unable to speak in frustration is in character. Trust me, I am not flabbergasted at all. That is awesome lines. Our master gave us one unbreakable rule. Never take up the Keyblade.
Who?
Our master, the one tasked us with watching over these books.
I don't remember anything. Who are you? Who am I? I wake up in a stupid forest. I've had this the whole time. I barely knew something more existed, and you show up and you're like, I know who you are. There are stupid goddamn visions and memories. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just sort of wandering around. I'm just sort of wandering around. He's kind of like as if he's telling himself this for the first time. I'm not doing anything. I'm not really doing anything. There's this weird ass hollow monster. Apparently, I've seen that guy a few times. That was pretty bad.
He just your trade just kind of leaves Millen just looking kind of like stunned, honestly. Like,
Character good acting there.
yeah, no, it's like I got a little scared at the beginning personally. It's like, oh shit, did I miss up? Like, oh crap.
No. My character is actually.
Oh no,
my character is.
Broke his broken English there.
He's been losing his broken English over the entire time. Like I didn't want to have to play him as broken English for the entire game, so he's been less and less broken over time.
Yeah.
I think that's the first I ever heard your character swear.
Yes, yeah, there's that too.
Which is surprising considering he's been around Zeisund.
And Laura.
Well, why do you think? How do you think he knows how to swear? No.
Genox, actually. Genox made sure to instill memories of swearing.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I don't know. Sorry.
Anyways, he just kind of like, okay, not Silas anymore.
Who is Silas? He's like, oh, book, something like this. Don't have a keyblade.
He kind of looks at you, and
This is the keyblade summons. Like, this is the only constant. This is it.
You kind of gives you a full look. It is a mournful kind of look. Like he is kind of like feeling like
sad. Like he's like
not just sad, like a few steps short of devastated. And he's like, Silas, it was friend.
Sohoy kind of like lilts, his all of his anger kind of going away completely.
I'll leave you be.
Wait, no.
I have.
Is he?
No, I have things to figure out now.
What? You have things to figure out? I don't know anything. I
see the face of my closest friend. They don't know me. I have to figure out what that means to me.
Yeah, Silas like goes from angry to like.
No, I like the name slip up there is actually a really cool moment. Like there's just a glimpse of it for a moment. It's just like that is actually just like.
Right. And Silas like looks like that. Sohoy looks like that and is like, but you left.
You'd like to form a link with yourself.
Like, when did he say what you left? I'm like, last time, I would like to form a link with myself. Yes, it's a dark link.
I hate myself.
I hate myself.
It's not who you are anymore, and thus you're very confused about who this person is because
right. I can't draw on a link with myself unless there is a literal alter ego, which we have not established yet.
No, but I actually am perfectly fine with you getting a link with your past self because it is removed from who you are now. Like if you ever get to the point where you are reconstituting with your memories, it would go away. But
if I had a past, like you have to draw on the bond. There is no bond. I know nothing about past self, so it'd be like, and like if I even watched his memories, it'd be like, what do? You have you get a social link, a social link with George Clooney because you watched a lot of interviews with him. Wait. Anyway, I'm just like, last time you were just annoyed and left.
Okay, so this is I'm a little. My brain is kind of trying to process this a little bit here, so sorry about the slow response.
He could still kind of just like try to leave, you know.
Yeah, he is.
He could still do that.
Yeah, you just you see basically you see like I don't remember how I described his portaling. It's not dark corridors. It's different.
The chains appear and pull the dark corridors away, and he walks out. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks just like a tunnel. It does line with the chain. The chain is a constant thing.
Yes.
And just like I can't, and just walks through.
So I actually like. Is there like a box nearby?
Yeah, there's like some
hay
barrels.
bale?
Barrels.
Barrels?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kicked the barrel. Like anger, like.
I'm gonna let this. I feel like this is a good time.
Where's everyone else? I start stalking out, trying to find where anyone else is, but I don't know where anything is. So.
Well. Yeah. So we'll put a pin on that for right now, and we'll jump over to. Merlin.
Okay, I'm gonna get a drink of water really quick.
Okay.
Yeah, you've earned it. You've earned it. Okay, yeah, let's do something a little more lighter after that. Wow. I am like feels.
Mm-hmm.
I ship it, by the way. I'm shipping it. I'm shipping it here.
I did not intend it to be. I think.
I am shipping it so hard.
Anyways, I just realized I don't know why.
It feels an Axel vibes about the
yes,
whole
that's
situation.
just what I just realized. I had not.
Feels like Axel and Roxas.
I did not intend it at all. Like seriously.
I don't ship Axel and Roxas though, but
it is but you can understand. It's a similar vibe.
The same vibe, yeah.
But yeah, so Merlin is right now lying on the ground, questioning everything with his life.
How can he get his butt kicked by a girl to do this?
Well, to be fair, you gotta think of this from a point of view. The guy who has known the answers to what everything has been going on for centuries just got sucker punched by a magical girl. His life is like...
Well, obviously not. You need a magical transformation sequence.
I didn't have a transformation sequence.
I didn't expect you to have one.
I don't want to have a transformation sequence.
Oh no, this is turning into Madoka.
Huh?
I think you said Madoka, right?
Madoka?
Yeah, Madoka.
Yeah. Alright.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we could pull some fate magical girl transformation, but no.
Yeah. So do you guys are you guys coming out to check on Merlin, or are you guys staying in the thing? I just want to know relative positioning, what's going on. Because Merlin's going to be sitting there for a little bit.
I'm going to go check on him.
As I said, I imagine right after he got butt kicked, I literally leaned over, and that's where my little clip came in before the cutaway.
Zyson's going to grab a thing of booze and hand it to him.
What'd you hand him?
Like a flask of booze.
Okay. He takes it and drinks it, and is like, I have never been sucker punched before in my entire life.
Well, if you could see the future, yeah, it'd be kind of hard for him to.
Here, sir.
Not to say I have not been punched, beaten, stabbed, kicked, and become intimately acquainted with a cheese grater.
Yeah, what is Uther doing to you?
That was not Uther.
I know, isn't it exciting though? One more like laying my hand down and helping through. I mean, sometimes you gotta, ignore what fate tells you gotta do and just go with what actually you can do.
It isn't that simple. prior to your anomalous insertion into the narrative, everything I saw, regardless of what I thought did or anything else, came to pass. Regardless of my direction. But now, you have shown up. I still see the same path laid before me. Currently, according to the path, I should be stone cold drunk in the tavern and deflecting the advances of a particularly amorous barmaid.
No wonder you knocked someone up.
I said deflecting.
And you're weird.
I have
Like-
no interest in anyone, let alone that barmaid.
Well, I'm sorry, but sometimes, no matter how much you try to distance yourself from others, they come into your life. You have to learn to deal with them. I kind of like give a sideward glance over at Zeistund.
I understand the nature of people in becoming part of my life. I do not have to deal with their advances.
What their advances?
Regardless, I have neither seen myself copulating with anyone, nor do I particularly want to.
Well, I'm sorry, but it happened.
Hey, maybe not in this timeline. You're saying you'd rather be a virgin than, try.
Well, he is a wizard.
Hell, I even have a brother!
Yeah, you got laid twice, apparently. At least in some version of history.
Except we're twins.
Oh, well, okay then. Good to know. Man, you have a really interesting backstory, Leah. I need to learn more about you.
Aw, yay!
Family's overrated.
We will.
Wait, Leah, I know, I want to try something. Do you mind? Like, I hold out my hand to her.
Okay.
I want to see if I can use Leah's memories
Laura?
to convince Merlin. Basically do a memory channel thing from what Leah knows about him in the future to what Merlin actually can do.
Ooh,
So you're okay. I'm gonna call
that'd be
this.
interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a cast magic because I think this is a little outside of your ability. It's not. It's impactful enough, and there's a lot that could go right or and.
Oh yeah,
wrong.
I am totally ready to accept what horrible background this might end up triggering. God, I'm trying to remember what. So to cast magic, what am I rolling? Sorry.
Plus mastery.
Mm.
Mastery isn't terrible. It's a +1, so it's a 2d6, right?
Yep, 2d6 plus your mastery.
Oh, no, this is, no. Well, I got experience from this.
You can burn a link and re-roll that one.
Oh, yeah, that feels fitting. That feels fitting. Who I got links with right now?
Lots of people.
Yeah,
You have a lot
I have
of
links.
You
I have
are
a lot of
link
people.
smith. You have a link. You even have a link. No, wait, that's Zeistund. I was gonna say you even have a link with no one.
That's actually the Merlin link. It's not updating. I have to go in and update the file, man.
I think I'm going to burn a link. One that, just so it gets off my character sheet, because I don't know if it's going to be relevant in the future, but hearing what a wild old man this is eventually going to be, I'm going to burn my link with the Sultan from way back when we were in Agrabah for this. Oh, the whole bearded old man thing. And that's what I'm going for here.
The bearded old man thing. Fitting.
1 second here. Okay, there we go.
Is it
I'm not.
or
I'm actually not showing you have that link.
I put it down in my character sheet because I know you were struggling with like, oh crap, well you were running out of room. So,
I think
but
you might
no,
have
I had
actually
to,
already spent it.
I think
though.
you already spent
I
that.
had
You
two
could always
shown
do
links
your
just
link with
that was
like
back
Maleficent.
with the UI.
Okay,
Yes, and that's part of the reason I'm trying to burn it is so that way we can get rid of those links that aren't officially on the UI.
Alright, you know what, fine. We'll just roll with that. Still gonna be a fun roll with that 1 and a 2.
Oh yeah, this might still fail, but at least I'm going to try. Wrong place almost. God dang it. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning multiple roll in other channels. Oh my god, really?
Yeah, so we're gonna call either one. Unfortunately, either one would replace the 1 and still be a. Well, what is your? Yeah, it's +1. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a full reroll. You're supposed to just roll 1 die to replace the 1 with there.
Oh yeah.
You actually you succeed with a. You get a 7 there, so it is a base success.
All right.
All right, so you.
Yay! You didn't mess up and switch their brains.
Yeah, I imagine I'm still going to be able to transfer the memories, but there's going to be some sort of downside, I assume.
The magic opens something, causes 1 harm, heals 1 harm, hits more than 1 entity, no unintended consequences, creates an illusion, inflicts a semi-permanent condition, bypasses defenses.
I love how you enunciated no unintended
consequences. Yeah, I hear what you say. That whole no back.
It so well.
Fitting for the situation, since the intent of my thing was to get Merlin to open up, was I will let it unlock something.
All right, yeah.
I will take whatever downside is coming to my character.
So
I'm going to take it. It's a story.
Yeah, no. Trust me, I love it when that comes up. So you kind of grab both Merlin's and Laura's hand. Laura, what is Laura's most traumatic memory? Like something that is a place that Janox does not want to find themselves in the middle of.
I'm trying to think of like some stuff that has actually already happened at this time. Oh, I know what. Remember how I mentioned she lived in Radiant Garden for a while?
Yeah.
Remember the brother? Remember the brother?
Okay, I know exactly what it is. Okay, I know exactly what it is. Tell me, well, you know what? No, I actually know exactly. Janox would totally know what Radiant Garden was. You know, Radiant Garden the fall. You find yourself in the fall of Radiant Garden.
Oh no. And yeah, I assume my character would know what this place is.
Yeah, you definitely know what world you're in. You feel like you are stuck in the memory for the time being. And you see what looks to be a, very young Laura running from a pack of Heartless. Is she's saying something about where's my brother? Just for maximum feels.
For maximum.
Oh.
And we're cutting over to Sohoy. So I imagine this was kind of like you were in kind of like a back square area. You had just kicked the barrel and were about to head out to try to figure out where in the world everyone else went.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a person, a well-dressed person, looks a bit of I'll say kind of like a little Middle Eastern of descent.
Okay.
He has a bit of like parade armor on right now. Excuse me, sir.
Mm, hi.
I apologize for the eavesdropping, but I overheard a bit of that conversation. You care for a friendly ear to talk about it?
Maybe.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You are to most likely to you. I am a complete stranger. They call me Gawain.
All right.
I am one of. I am. Would he be a knight at this point?
He's a squire.
He's a squire. Yeah. So
we haven't gotten to that part in Cursed yet, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to. This is kind of its own continuity there. So.
Crossover between Cursed and Sword of the Stone.
Yeah. I'm kind of combining them because I don't really have a.
Well, because Cursed is like an alternate, it's a good alternate.
Yeah.
Type thing, because if anything, just because of Merlin.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I'm one of the squires here. Yeah, because it's Page Squire Knight. Yep. And
Okay.
I meant.
Wait. So then is he a kid? Is he a kid? He's
teenager.
He's a teenager. Okay. To be honest, that would probably be a bit less suspicious to Sohoy, although maybe a little bit still.
Okay, yeah.
Probably around Sora's age, like Kingdom Hearts 1, I think.
Yeah, for me, it was more of like my brain just didn't realize.
Like 14, 15.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably pretty close to your age.
Right. Okay. So I'm like, maybe? I don't know if I should.
Look, all right. I care, like, okay, sorry. Sorry, he doesn't actually do that. No, my brain just kind of tripped over itself there. Look, I admit I have other things. I have been told stories of the key that you carry, that it can unlock everything.
Can?
It's what I've heard, but I assure you, my intentions are of the most noble. Our king has been dead for over a year, and there is a sword that has been put in place to declare the new king, to find a new king, but no one has been able to pull it from the stone it has been embedded in.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, the point that the people of the realm have decided that they will instead hold a tournament to determine the king and abandon the sword. Problem is, though, if the king is crowned by this tournament, people will object, will argue, claim that will not unite behind a single banner, and that will ultimately lead to more war in this land. But if someone
whoever wins, one of the losers will want to fight them.
Most likely. But if someone can pull that sword, even if they're not the one that was prophesized by, they could still everyone will still follow them. They have a chance to keep this kingdom from tearing itself apart.
I already tried to pull the sword, if that's what we're leading up to.
No. No, but you have the ability to. Your key can unlock anything. It can almost certainly unlock the soul. I don't ask you to stand here and rule. the knight I serve is a good and honest man. But if you could release the sword from its stone so that a person who is not perfect by the sword standards could lead us, you would save countless lives.
All right. Ba-ba-da-ba. My if someone's trying to manipulate me sense might trigger.
He believes he is being forthright and honest. He believes
forthright
exactly.
and honest.
God
Gotcha.
damn it,
All right.
Well, hey, at least it wasn't Lancelot.
Oh, trust me, I had to carefully think this scenario through to figure out, like, yeah, no, like, this person is, like, other people will try to manipulate you in the future. He is, like, saying, like, oh, hey, this is what I would hear about, this is what I can do.
This is, like,
oh, yeah, it's
Gawain.
Gawain.
Right? This isn't, like, Morgana pretending to
If
be
it
Gawain,
was,
right?
If it was Morgana,
If it was, I
know.
probably would.
He would know.
If I was, that person would probably be. I mean, I wouldn't know. I would just be able to sense that they were lying to me.
Yeah. Well, you would know what they.
I'd just
you
be
know
like,
what
don't trust him.
You would know what their intentions are.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, or at least know that they're off. Yeah. I don't know. You don't know the truth. You could just. Right. No, Gawain is. Yeah, Gawain's the Green Knight guy.
Gawain and Mr. Gawain and the Green Knight.
Yes, I forget what his deal is. I think that the Gawain is not. I don't know.
I didn't want to go with one that was obvious either. So
yeah. I'm like, was Gawain like? I forget if Gawain. I forget his characterization in the Green Knight story. I forget it. Like, I can't remember if like there's something controversial about it, where there's some kind of flaw he has that's exploited during the story, or if Gawain is the really good one.
He's the really good one.
Okay.
One of the two really good ones at least. Cause,
I'm like, I mean,
you're
basically
about the one who was able to like unlock the Yeah, if you're thinking about the guy. Yeah, you might be thinking about Galahad on the really good one, because there was the one who was like literally so pure that he was the only one who could get the chalice.
The Holy Grail.
Yeah, wasn't Gawain like tempted with a woman over and over during the Green Knight? I don't remember. Anyway, the important part here is you can keep looking that up. I'm actually gonna go forward because my character doesn't know this crap anyway. So I'm just like, I mean, you're telling me to pick the king. I mean,
just allow to allow a sign that a king can be chosen. I know it's not
by having someone chosen as king.
I know it's not the proper way to do it, but I fear that the proper way would just lead to more. To no one claiming the throne, and then bloodshed fought in the absence of a king.
Kind of like Sohoi does a. I don't know.
King Zeiston.
I have a person. Hold on.
Yeah, you were right about the whole like. One of the biggest parts of it is that he was being tempted by a woman.
Right. Okay. Because I'm like, it wasn't straightforward, but he does like do the thing in the end. I think. I mean, as in not do the bad thing.
Yeah,
whatever the bad thing is.
He doesn't do the bad thing. Like he's known as being very. Gawain is known as like not the most pure because that is Galahad. Galahad is pure being number one, but ironic that Galahad is the child of impure being number one.
Right. Well, all the impurity went out of them into Galahad.
Yeah.
I don't know. All the purity. It turns out impure actually it has nothing in it, but pure is full of something. It's kind of weird. It's like electrons.
He's the Gohan of the Knights.
Right. Anyway, so Sohei is like, I don't know. who's your knight? Who are you suggesting? I think I need to meet him if I'm gonna do it.
Very well, I'll take you to meet him. Cut to another scene while I think about what the knight actually is.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't
Oh, okay.
one really from the round table because they're in the future.
Well, some of them are older, though.
Some of them are older.
All right. Okay, gonna do my thing.
I'm trying to see if there's maybe anybody who he has like a connection to.
So, brief moment before we zoom in on what's going through Janok's mind. As I said, you see Janok's holding the hands, and both Janok's, Laura, and Merlin's eyes glowing brightly.
Huh.
And
Zyson's
they're
just
kind of
gonna.
they're like
Yeah.
rigid and not moving.
Zyson's going to wave his hand around their faces, see if they're doing anything.
No response.
Huh. Alright. One of those moments I wish I had a pen on me.
There is a quill in the supplies there that Merlin brought for this whatever spell he had intended.
Alright. So, gonna Jigglypuff Laura's face.
As the frame is like you see it's focusing on Laura's face as you are starting to scribble on it, and it just the camera keeps kind of zooming into the white space and the white until it fills up the screen, and the white kind of fades to. Janox, are you I just picture you carrying the young. How old was Laura at the fall of Radiant Garden?
It was he was about. It's like not that long after birthday, so I'd say 13.
Okay, that contextualizes my things. Leading a terrified young Laura through the city, trying to find some sort of shelter through from the hordes of Heartless. You see you know those demon towers in 3? Yeah, you're seeing one of those erupting into the sky, and it's just raining little shadows everywhere.
Oh yeah. I also have a small curiosity question.
Mm-hmm.
How is my character looking in this situation? Like, if this is all memory based and stuff, am I still in my normal orc robe? Am I like in some more civilian clothes, but I'm still look like me? Or do I even maybe look like my somebody?
You look how you appear out in the actual world.
All right. That was just a small curiosity question.
Yep. And also, you have also clearly learned at this point you are not just an observer here. There is stuff going on.
Yeah, like I imagine if I had, somebody had been like, come up to me directly and ask me for help before pulling off or something happened to them or something.
You're gonna want to actually make up somebody, because Gawain is one of the oldest knights of the Round Table.
Okay.
I'll look up this Bedivere person.
Yeah, Janox is definitely taking this young Laura and trying to lead her to, like, probably, if he has to, he'll bash a few Heartless with his yo-yos or conjure a little light.
Yep.
The first through them. Trying to find a place to cover her individual.
You find yourself in what looks like an older ice cream shop. It kind of you kind of shut down the storefront to give yourself a little bit of cover and a moment to breathe.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll be safe in here.
Sorry, I'm doing research for you.
You run into Sonic the Hedgehog.
I need to find my brother.
Well, what does he look like? I mean, it's kind of chaos out there. I like point out it's probably like stuff. Well,
Okay, you know
I'll
what?
try to help you find him.
Okay, you know what? No. I actually, I know. Her mouth moves, but you don't hear anything.
Oh, okay. I'm like, just hers though. I can hear other people.
What?
Oh.
What?
Like I thought, like part of it, me realizing that I was kind of interacting with this world was hearing another person like screaming in pain or whatever. I'm just kind of curious, like the situation, because yay, memories. It's not real, so we get to make shit up. We have no idea exactly which things are real.
Well, anyway,
I'm kind of imagining like. Sorry.
I had my headphones out for a second there, so I missed what you were talking about.
I'm just trying to wonder, like, so could I? Is it just not her I can hear, or is it all people, or is it like really weird and awkward where there's just no sound in this entirely?
No.
Like I feel the chaos around me, but it's like just dead quiet.
You heard her say, "I need to find my brother," and when you ask, "What does he look like?" she mouths words, but you hear nothing coming out.
Oh, well, it was just a temporary thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Again, she speaks, and you hear nothing.
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna look around for like a piece of paper and writing utensil.
I guess you find a little slip in a writing utensil. The young Lara writes but leaves no mark in the paper, but then shows it to you like there is stuff that should clearly be there, but there is nothing on the paper.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll find him. I think we should wait here until maybe things get a little less hectic, or at least you stay. Gosh, how am I even gonna recognize this kid? It just probably looks like Laura, but a boy.
The ground shakes.
I'm going to peek my eyes out the window real quick to see if anything is immediately troublesome.
Well, the good news, bad news time. Which do you want first?
Well, obviously, we need to lead with the good news, so that way it gets my hopes up before it gets constantly dashed.
The demon tower is gone.
Oh, phew. All right, that's nice.
You see Chara
Is it the
Banog
dark
in the
side
sky.
now? Or what?
Chara Banog, the demon from Fantasia.
Oh. Oh. That ain't good. That is bad.
It's kind of
like, I like
Is that the way you're supposed to pronounce it?
try to, the
I don't
most
know.
calm expression on my face. I'm going to try to tenderly pull back up the slip and go, why don't we play a game? Let's play a little bit of hide and seek. I'm going to count to 10 and close my eyes. You hide somewhere in this area, and then I'll try to find you, okay?
This 13-year-old Laura.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's 13.
No chance.
He takes you in the shins.
Look. Okay, I'm trying to keep you safe here. Things are going south outside. I don't know if we're going to be able to find your get out of this situation, let alone find your brother. So,
You hear a shake again. Or you hear a shake. You feel the ground shake again.
Ram, crafty. I've been hero so hard.
What do you do?
Well, take another peek outside real quick.
You notice a building a few steps down is gone, and is in the giant dark figure's hands as he crushes it and it falls down into dust.
Oh, fudge it. I'm gonna look like for another exit that's on the opposite side of where I saw him, and try to lead Laura out that way. It's like, let's go this way.
You don't find one.
Oh crap. Well, I guess fine. We're going to go out the front door then.
Do it, pussy.
Again.
All right. What'd you say, Zyson?
Oh, do it, pussy.
All right. You jump out the front and you find yourself in the middle of the town square of Radiant Gardens, which that's weird. And at the top of the castle, you see the silhouette of the giant demon looming over you. What do you do?
Well, obviously, I'm going to try to guide this girl as quickly as possible to the opposite direction of Chernobog.
All right. I'm going to call this time for a push through stress with your light.
All right, that is what roll?
A push through stress with your light link, so that is going to be +1. Because somehow or another, you don't actually have a lot of light links. Or at least if you do, you keep spending.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of people. I had one with the Sultan as well, but I thought I had one with Dyston, and that's why I'm trying to remember who else I had light links with.
Sir Bart, that feels right. Feels right.
Great problems one of this stuff. So.
On this list that I'm looking at, you only have a light link with me.
Oh boy. That may be a bit of a problem.
Also, because I forgot to do this, because since you rolled a 12+ on your mastery roll, you refreshed your spent mastery links.
Yay!
Your locked ones. Anyway, so roll them, bones them, dry bones. All right. You can.
That's actually a decent roll. Also, did I gain experience for that B roll even? Because it was still a normal success enough that I don't get experience for it.
Yeah, no, it's only failure.
It would have to be a
just making sure.
Yeah. No, trust me. If it was a total fail, the situation would be worse in the sense that you would have to deal with this, and you probably wouldn't be getting anything directly out of it. So, all right, you get to choose one. Succeed at what you're attempting, take +1 for it. Ask a question about this scene, gain an advantageous position.
One of those.
One of those.
Can you state them again?
Succeed at what you're attempting, take +1 forward, ask a question about this scene, gain an advantageous position.
I think being in an advantageous position is kind of pretty good for this situation.
Okay. So, as you go, it's going to take me a bit to get to you being advantageous here, but as you go around, you see the giant hand just kind of start digging into the floor and pulling out a massive gap, and digging into the ground and lifting up the entire square that you are standing on. It's being held up towards it. It's just like you are staring down. So you're basically almost at eye level, and this thing grimacing at you. But now I'm going to tell you why this is an advantageous position. Is because instead of being in his literal hands for this part, you are free to move around the square. The other thing I'm going to tell you is, you look at the face of this snarling demon, you see tears.
Well, why is this thing crying? I thought, it's a heartless. I guess this is Chernobog. This isn't a heartless. Why is Satan crying?
Yeah, interesting question. We're going to cut over to back over to Sohai with that.
Oh yeah. With his weirdo
Wanna
conundrum.
post that down for me onto the interstitial?
Who is?
Sir Bart?
Sir Bart.
Okay.
Pull out his Disney wiki.
There isn't much to him. He appears.
He's just there. He looks at the sword.
Yep. He has a very deep voice, which is going to be a bit of a problem for me.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Practice your Brian Blessed.
I actually have no idea who that is. Like, I know the name, but I have no idea who he is, actually. Oh, wow, it is... Okay, no, I want to finish both these scenes.
Finishing it.
Yeah, no, I am in a roll here. I can deal with it. Alright, so, yeah. A picture... Anyways, he takes you to a taller knight. Black hair, big beard, very
Interstitial general.
Very, that guy.
Sir Bart.
Sir Bart. Okay.
Big mustache. There we go.
Swordstone man. Got it.
Storm the Stone Man.
Swordstone weirdo. Right.
Alright.
Except for it's a live action version of him.
Yeah. But yeah. So Gawain leads you to a tent. When he enters, he bows and he says, "Sir Bart, there's someone I would like you to meet." And he turns in, "Bring him in!" And Gawain gestures for you to come in. Does Sohoi bow?
I'd come in. No.
Okay. Sir Bart does not comment on it, though. He kind of gives you a look over and says, "What can I do you for, lad?"
I needed to meet you, I guess.
Well, we are met. He gives a deep and at least kind-sounding, like he seems a firm but kind-sounding laugh, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Right. I'm like, okay. It's kind of nothing going on. I'm like, kind of look at his squire. I'm like, so.
He kind of gestures to you like,
I want to ask him.
"What has Gawain roped you into, young lad?"
I look at Gwaine to see if he wants to do the thing.
He's just like kind of like, I don't know, and we lost Jane.
What?
We lost Jane.
I was like, I don't know, and we lost Jane, says Gawain.
And I'm just like, what? What did he say?
He's just giving you like, he did not expect him to Sir Bart to catch on to whatever, that he's up to something. Come on, be honest with me.
I kind of look at him. I'm like, well, it's your honesty.
Sorry, I know. I'm in a mood where I'm gesturing, so it's more. I feel more restrained with that. Like, well, I think this guy can help you pull the sword out of Stone Making King instead of the people that. Wow. All in one breath there.
Well, I don't even know what's going on, and I feel a little weird about it, so.
Wayne, don't worry. I am going to fight my best in this tournament. Sword or no sword in the stone. I will do my best. And if fate favors me, I may be able to. I may be able to do the faith you have in me justice. Now go. Have fun. Don't stress yourself out over this tourney. Whatever shall be, shall be. You're gonna get.
Hey, Sarah, Sarah.
What?
Right.
You said whatever shall be,
That's
shall be.
that's what I mean. Yeah. That is whatever shall be should be. Yeah.
Okay.
I am to life.
There's a song about it.
Hey, Sarah.
I did not know, actually.
Yes. Be will be. Yes.
It's not all to
Hey, Sarah, Sarah.
What is this from?
Yeah, that one.
We just break out into a musical.
No!
Song, yeah.
Well, this is now a Disney production, so.
I don't think it's
Right.
actually from anything.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just an old pop song. Not pop, but an old song.
Yeah.
Pop, what?
I mean, it might be popular, which is pop
song.
anyway. So I guess we
George
leave.
Day sung it.
Dwayne is kind of red in the face, like embarrassed a bit.
I'm like, it'll be all right. I really don't know if it's a good idea. I really don't know if messing with any of this is a good idea. Didn't I already beat? I already beat up a king too.
King, my son!
My character's trying to think of myself as I beat up one king, but then I saved that other king from the guy who turned into a. I don't want to say snake. That's not what he turned into. What did he wind up turning into?
a rat.
Mouse.
Into a
rat.
with the guy that turned into the rat and wanted to steal the magic. Kings have a lot of weird stuff happen to them. Wait, does that make my party full of kings?
Life.
It's kind of only been the last few months.
You just you can audibly hear the jaw drop.
I didn't really do a lot until then. Except maybe I did a lot. Cause so I think I forgot a lot of stuff. Like I lived in the forest my whole life. But someone recognized me. So maybe I didn't live in the forest my whole life? And he's upset I don't recognize him. And I'm kind of upset I don't recognize him. But I don't remember him, so there's not anything for me to feel that bad about. But I feel pretty bad.
He actually just laughed to himself. Well, I did offer you a friendly ear to hear your story.
Yes, he did that. Now I'm retroactively taking him up on it. Because seeing him make an idiot out of himself made me trust him.
It's like, okay. As he said, whatever shall be, shall be.
Sorry.
Hey, Sarah, Sarah.
So, was Silas then? At least that's what he called you, right? That's your name.
I guess.
Well,
But I go by Sohoy now.
Okay. Well met, Sohoy.
I'm gonna roll for a link now.
I feel that's right.
Should just be light. Probably should just be light.
I feel like this should be light. Like, there's not really as much self-reflection here as much as you be good person to be good friend.
Yes. What's my light though? Is it 2?
I want to say it's 2. It's your best. It might even be 3. I'm not sure.
Unless I could have started with 3, it's not there because I remember I moved my mastery down from -1 to 0.
Okay. Then
Because I hadn't actually been making friends and stuff, but I had been seeing a lot of people use a lot of different magic.
Yep.
All right, 9
All
is
right,
is
you
is
get
that?
the link.
Yay! I got the link. Yay! Okay, I need to mark down my stuff. 2 dark is like either -1 or -2. Mastery is 0. I think heart is 1.
Yeah. Cut over to Janox. You see, this thing is like you feel it's like trying to crush the platform you are on, but it is clearly crying. As we cut back over to you guys.
Well, that's weird. I guess what I will do,
Well,
I guess I'm trying to dive to the heart in this point.
Deep dive,
I'm trying
yes.
to figure
I
out
feel like
why.
that is kind of the best thing you can do at this point when it is you are
This
face to face
feels like
with the
a
devil
what
and they
the
cry.
fuck? Yeah, it's just the devil's crying. How am I supposed to feel about this?
Dante.
Roll plus heart.
Heart, okay. Luckily, that is actually my strongest stat, if I remember. My heart is a +2, so yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think I might figure something out here.
Yeah. All right. Your questions are: you get to ask 3 of these. Nope. You don't have any spent heart links, so you can't. None of those were fresh.
Unfortunately, yeah. I unfortunately, my bond with Lyston is too strong.
Well, no, it's just that if you had any heart links locked heart links that you hadn't spent, they would have refreshed right now because you rolled high on a heart roll.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of this. Yeah.
All right. What here can I use to blank? What here is not as it seems? What's the best way out of the situation? What is the biggest threat here recently? And what was what's the biggest threat here? What was done here recently?
Well, I don't think those last 2 are as relevant in this situation. I mean, maybe what's the biggest threat here? You would think it would be the thing, but now that I'm seeing it cry, I don't think it's that. So, restate those again.
What here could I use to blank? What here is not as it seems? What is the best way out of the situation? What is the biggest threat here? What was done here recently?
Well, I think, first of all, what here is not as it seems.
Okay, you look into the giant demon's eyes, and you realize they're not the normal eyes you've seen on this. I'm going to say you've seen this thing before in some way. Like, they're not like.
Well, yeah, it is an equivalent, a version of Satan. There's probably been some.
Yeah. But you realize after looking at them, those are Merlin's eyes.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that at a meta level when I realized, wait a moment. I'm kind of wrong for the ride. Maybe he is as well, so. This memory goodness. All right, and then the also, other 2 choices I get.
Yeah.
What were the ones with the blanks in them?
What here could I use to blank?
What here can I use to blank? This is probably my second one, but I've got to figure out exactly what one that is.
You also have what
probably
is the best way out of the situation? What is the biggest threat here, and what was done here recently?
I guess getting out of the situation would also help break whatever memory problem I screwed up in the first place, and hopefully get us back to consciousness. But before that, what can I do here to blank is one of them?
Yeah, that's one of the questions you can ask. Like, that's you can ask.
What can I use here to locate? I guess Leah's brother.
Laura.
Sorry. Word fail. Laura's brother.
Can't.
It's just that's a thing I can't assist with in this memory thing.
The answer is in this thing. You can't, and you are starting to realize that this isn't a proper memory.
That's kind of what I realized. So I guess the last one then is, what can I do to leave the situation or whatever?
Break the cycle and wake up.
Well, obviously, how am I supposed to wake myself up? I'll pinch myself?
Because you are in a nightmare. You're in a shared nightmare between these two.
I totally get this.
I'm going to give you a little more explanation here on this. Merlin is bound by, is being bound in here in ways that he cannot control what happens next, and even though he would much want things to stop. And in this case, Laura is reliving traumatic memories of this event, being forever unable to find her brother, even though no matter how hard she tries.
Yeah, I kind of got that. And apparently, though, the best way to do it is to wake us all up. I'll attempt to do it. I'm going to try to pinch Laura to see if that helps, as well as myself. I'll try to pinch each of us.
You know what? I'm going to say, Laura, you get to roll to push through stress because of this. I'm not going to explain what exactly is going to happen, but I'm going to have you roll plus mastery links.
Me?
Yep. Roll plus 2.
Okay.
Oh god, your dice are on fire tonight.
So it's 6 or 9?
It's a d6.
Oh. 11.
Plus 2, 13.
I'm good tonight. I'm doing good tonight.
So, you pinch Laura, and then meanwhile, Zyston, this is what you see. Laura cold clocks Janox.
Yeah, I think that right.
She always punch people.
I'm still dazed, but she just punches me in the face?
You get punched, and
you wake up.
You break out, like you lose contact with the other two, and you break out, and the other two blink out and awaken.
Now, was I aware that it was in my...
It's fuzzy because it's like dream memory. Like
Okay.
you're trying to remember a dream, so you can.
I was trying to figure out if I was aware that he got a hold of something that I didn't want him to see.
Well,
You're the most violent mage I've ever met.
What did he call me?
Most violent mage he has ever met.
I'm curious, when I wake up, how much do I remember versus do I also, feel whatever punch you just gave me to
you still have you feel the pain for the punch, and you also have completely, like, it just happened to you. You were not in the dream proper. You were the medium, not the media.
All right. So I'll be like probably rubbing my jaw a little bit, like, oh, well, that didn't work out as I expected. I'm gonna take like a moment to just like shake myself off, do some light swearing.
Alright, I
Are,
don't know what you said.
are you two all right?
It's true or not, but it doesn't matter in this moment. I was rude. I apologize. Normally, I don't actually have to choose my own frickin' words.
Thank you.
Let us quick get this. We need to do this ritual. This will tell me. This will alert me to distortions similar to your your nature, and see if there is perhaps signs of worse things to come. So
Yes.
There is one companion.
quick montage
That's
of.
what I know.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jane?
Like, well, there is our one companion who isn't here.
Yeah.
Noticing a lack of Sohoy.
Fascinating. He quick montage of the circle, creates a circle, puts the ingredients and uses them. He holds the jar with the eye and just stares at it as this, and it's like he kind of his jaw. He just kind of stares at it, and then suddenly he drops the jar and it shatters, and he's just like looking panicked and afraid and everything.
Yeah, that's how I feel when eyes look at
Did we do something wrong?
No, follow me at once. Someone is going for the sword. Sohoy, you are still you are sitting out the tent chatting with Gawain about your life problems. As
Yeah.
you see a
Therapist Gawain.
you see suddenly running through a bald the Merlin, followed by Laura, Dyson, and Janox.
Oh, those are the people I need to meet. I gotta go.
Hey, please, if you, I'm going to be at this tent throughout the tournament here. If you need to talk more, I'm here for you.
Thanks.
As you come to the sword, you see a crowd has formed, and people are shouting, "All hail, King K!" And Laura, as you kind of peer through the crowd, you see the one you know as Sir K, holding up the sword and the stone, pulled from the stone. And okay, this is going to be a freeze moment where you see that. Zeistent. You see behind the figure holding the sword a familiar fiery-headed man walking away, keyblade in hand.
Dun dun dun.
And Janox, you look up to the sky and you see it shatter.
Sky shattered?
Yep.
Oh,
Remember how
No.
I described that rift back in Beast's Castle? That kind of non-space? That's what you see behind this hole in the sky.
oh, this ain't good.
What
I was gonna make a
happens-
joke.
Bad.
What happens next? Join us
Who the
next time to
fiery-headed
find
person
out.
was Dyson?
Sorry, could not hear you, Jane.
The friggin' the fiery-headed dude Dyson apparently recognizes.
I believe he knows him as Master Lionel.
Oh,
You know, the guy who looks like the leader of Team Flare.
Yeah, okay. When you said my first thought was Axel? Like,
No,
what?
no, not that fiery.
Wait, so the fiery-headed guy, then, that's Lionel?
That's Master Lionel,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay, the guy who walked away.
Yeah.
I just heard fiery-headed keyblade, I'm like, wait,
No.
our fiery-headed guy doesn't have a keyblade? Looks so good.
Anyway, so, yeah. So,
I assume that
Any links? Does anyone, before we sign off tonight, does anyone have any last minute links they would like to form today?
For having accidentally dragged him into this whole situation, I think it's time for me to have a link with Merlin after whatever chaos I just ended up accidentally causing.
All right.
Just a wee bit.
All right. So
Might be one of those situations before we move on.
All right. So, what kind of link is Genox trying to form with alternate Merlin?
No, that was a very bonding situation. He was bonded inside of Chernobog. We were all sharing the same memory, even if he doesn't remember it. I think I got to form a heart link with him.
Okay. Roll plus
We
heart.
went through something very personal there for a moment.
And because you're trying to make a link with your best stat, add +1 to it.
Alright. Yeah. Because I realized I need more heart links. Because, unfortunately, we lost. Wait a sec. Did I have a heart link with Stitch, too?
No, you have a mastery link.
Oh, yeah. Right, I did. I took a mastery link. Darn it! Curses. Foil again.
Anyways,
sorry, my throat went completely crap. I was gonna say your heart links are like one of your most links.
+3 total because it's my high stat.
Yep.
I guess if you want to actually hit caps lock.
Roll. Roll. Go ahead. What kind of link?
Alright, I do believe that's a link.
Yeah, and you can tweak memories of Merlin too because of your blink move.
Alright, yeah. Let me look over those a moment while I add that if others want to look over their stuff. If they want to form a link.
I don't know. I didn't really do much this session, so.
I want trying to just because I'm debating Merlin. I want a heart link with Merlin.
Okay, you want a heart link as well? No, so roll plus your heart, which is your worst stat, so you get to mark experience for that.
Also, be sure to state that this is young Merlin, not old Merlin.
Yeah, no, I put alt Merlin.
Fire. I re-roll that.
You have to re-roll that one because that's a cock die. Well, you keep the 5.
Okay. 5.
That one it was a cock die, so you can't count. So you got
7.
6. So what I'm going to say.
Really, for this Merlin at this point in time, anything aside from light would work.
Yeah, I'm going to say mastery.
Okay.
Specifically, not necessarily in the way of you think you can show him stuff that you can maybe make things better for him by showing him the right way.
Yeah.
So, all right. No other links that we need to form here. So, anyways, before we sign off here, as always, you can join us on the Discord with a link down.
Wait.
What?
To still lock a link, because one of the things since I rolled the high thing, does it have to relate to Merlin himself? It just says that I get to lock or unlock a link.
That's one of the things you can do to his links. As you basically get a free pass. Yeah, it's his links, not your links.
Alright, I had it.
Anyways, as always, you can join our Discord with the link down in the description to chat with us and discuss the channel or channel adjacent topics or what else you want to. Like, which is your OTP for Sohoy? You can follow us on Twitter at Tales Across to get updates from us and be notified when the channel goes live. Character art is done by friend of the show, Carl. Links below to their DeviantArt and Ko-fi account. Finally, like and subscribe to get both future content and help us reach a wider audience. Are you still? Am I still here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh,
No, that
just
is-
Brad's picture just suddenly like completely stopped moving. So I was like, "Oh crap! Did I lose connection here?"
Oh, okay. No, I was just sitting still.
Yeah. Okay. So to those in the past, present, and future, remember to follow the canon story, and good night.
Good night.